Guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about the 3 biggest mistakes that keeps the majority of online coaches broke. Okay, when I mean broke, I mean they're making less than $20,000 a month. Okay, for those of you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Southpaw Huncho. I've been able to make $60,000 months just by uploading YouTube video, no pay ads, no cold DMs, no email list, not begging people to pay for my shit. I literally just make $60,000 a month just by uploading YouTube videos. And then soon to be, we're gonna start making $100,000 months. Okay, so the biggest reason why most coaches are broke, reason number 1, is because they're focusing on 2 or more platforms. You'll hear this all the time. Oh, get TikTok and get Instagram and get YouTube and do all this shit. Guys, stop listening to number 1, people who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, or 2, people who have already been doing this for 10 years, who have a huge team that's running all these different medias for them, or number 3, people who want you to get you to buy their shit and buy their fucking courses. I'm here to tell you the truth. You need to focus on one platform and one platform only. Okay, YouTube is the best platform for actually building trust, nurturing a viewer into a buyer. That's why I'm able to make $60,000 a month, literally by not having an email list, by not doing ads, by not sending DMs, just by uploading YouTube videos, right? But whatever platform you feel like you know best or you like better, focus on that platform alone, okay? 100% of my clients have literally come through YouTube alone. I don't do Instagram. I don't do fucking Twitter, X. I don't do TikTok. I don't do, what other stuff? LinkedIn. I don't do any of that, bro. Okay? I've been able to make $60,000 a month in less than 1 year of running my business just because I focused in on understanding one platform and one platform only, okay? Mastery is the key. If you're diffusing your efforts, I'm gonna do a little bit of Instagram and then I'm gonna do a little bit of long form. Guys, you're gonna be shooting yourself in the foot. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I've been in several mentorships where as soon as I started to diffuse my efforts, trying to focus on too many platforms at once, my income, my revenue for the month was just shot down. Okay, because you wanna focus on one platform and get really good at it, because the more practice that you do, the more time you spend, the more energy you spend, you're gonna learn it better and you're gonna be able to know how to maximize that platform to the best of its ability. Obviously, for me, YouTube is goated, and that's not even a question. Okay, that's why most people, they're trying to get into long form content and understand it and master it, because that has the most leverage. But anyways, that's reason number 1. Focus on one platform. Stop focusing on 2 or 3 or 4 different platforms. That's very stupid, okay? Second reason why most online coaches or even consultants, fuck it, stay broke is because they're not telling their story. Okay, guys, for you to have an impact on the world, on the viewers, for your message to even matter, you need to have a message to begin with. If you're just telling people, hey, 3 tips on how to grow big biceps, guess what? No one cares. Hey, this is how to do a bench press. Guess what? No one cares. There's unlimited amount of information online. We have ChatGPT, we have Claude AI, we have a bunch of information at our disposal. So information is not the difference maker anymore. So all of these videos that you're making about how to and all this informational shit that has no meaning attached to it, no story, it's not gonna do anything for actually generating a viewer, turning a viewer into a buyer, okay? They need to be invested in who you are as a person, okay? This doesn't mean that I'm gonna start talking on here about how I love to play piano and guitar, so you should buy my fitness program. No, what it does mean is that you have to explain what fitness means to you. Why did I get started in fitness? You know what, man? I got started in fitness because one day I was realizing that I was fucking simping around, chasing for external validation from fucking women, because I knew I wasn't proud of the man that I fucking was. Because every time that I looked in the mirror, I had to put my head down because I wasn't proud of who I was. That is what people buy into. Your message, your why, okay? You need to speak about your why. Okay, why should I stop being a fat fuck? Why did I stop being a fat fuck? Okay, why did I decide to get in shape? What does being in shape mean to me? How would life look like if I was not in shape? All of these things that essentially come down to your why of why you do what you do, right? Whatever type of coach you are, is essential for getting people to actually buy into your actual service. Okay, when people buy into the Southpaw Huncho brand, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm a fitness coach. No one's buying a 6-pack abs. People are buying confidence, okay? People are buying masculinity because they see how I talk in my videos. People are buying a way to view the world, right? The way that I tell my guys is like, dude, if you're a man who's not the best in every single area that he possibly can be, if you're not a man who's disciplined, you're not a fucking man, right? So they're buying into that message because that's the message that I wrap all my content around. I just don't teach people, oh, 3 tips on how to grow your biceps or 2 tips on how to get a big chest. No one gives a fuck. Okay, if you think that that's gonna sell $2 to $3 to $4,000 programs, or $1,000 programs, or $5,000 programs, or $10,000, that's bullshit. It's not gonna happen. Okay, so you need to start talking about your story more, and you need to start talking about your why and get vulnerable in front of the camera. And this is the problem, because most people don't like to be honest, bro. Most people like to hide that shit. Oh, I don't want to talk about the fact that I really got in shape because I was heartbroken over a female and my self-esteem was at an all-time low. I don't want to talk about that because I'm going to sound like I'm crying. All right, well, just stay broke then, because guess what? I had to get out of my own way. I had to stop being selfish in order to tell my true fucking story, right? Which is basically being authentic, right? And that's how I actually built a loyal following of viewers that became buyers, that believed what I was saying. It wasn't because I was teaching them how to get big biceps. I've never done a single video telling guys, this is how to get big shoulders. I never done that, okay? All I did was tell them literally why. Tell them, if you can tell someone the why, the what doesn't matter. Pause and rewatch what I just said, because that's a powerful statement. But anyways, that's the second biggest mistake. People stay broke as online coaches. So like, dude, if you're like even a consultant, or like you have a fucking, I don't know, you have an agency or whatever, like information is important, yeah, to show your expertise, but tell them the why. You know what? The reason I started doing this was because when I was running my business, I realized that I was having problems getting leads, and it was affecting my ability to pay the bills in the house. And I was having fights with my wife when I got home, and I realized, yo, this I have to find a way to come up with a system that I can generate leads, right? So like, story, brand is everything that you're doing. I'm not saying to lie. I'm saying be honest. Why did you get in shape, bro? If you're a fitness coach, tell the truth. Why'd you get in shape? You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to hide it and lying, essentially, because you're shooting yourself in the foot, and your ability to cash in huge, okay? This is why I was able to make $60,000 a month in less than 1 year of just making content online on YouTube, okay? Reason number 3 why most people stay broke, okay? And this is going to be very important, because people build the wrong audience, which stems from not understanding your ideal client avatar or your ideal client persona. I'm going to repeat it one more time if you don't know what I'm talking about. But before we keep going, I just want you guys to see this fucking view, bro. Damn. Look at this shit, bro. I mean, I'm not trying to flex. I just had a minute right here. I was like, damn, yo, this shit's crazy. All right, so right now I'm in Colombia, Medellin, right? I've been living here for like 5 months already. But anyways, mistake number 3 is people build the wrong kind of audience because they don't understand their ideal client avatar. So the ideal client avatar is the person that you need to seek. That's the person that you need to speak to, okay? So let's say this, bro. If you were 50 pounds overweight, you should not be talking about how to get jacked. You should not be talking about how to build muscle. You should be talking about how I lost 50 pounds. You should be talking about the mindset behind losing 50 pounds, right? How to lose 50 pounds in 4 months. You should be making videos, specifically, I'm talking about YouTube, with titles that are gonna draw in that specific person, okay? Because guess what? You have the most amount of authority in front of the crowd that you can actually help, in front of the crowd that you used to be. I'm gonna repeat that again. You have the most amount of authority in front of a crowd that you used to be, or that in front of a crowd that you can actually help. So what does that mean? Like Huncho was a guy who used to lack confidence, used to lie to himself, used to cope, used to use women as a validation tool, right? And a guy who was just a bitch, pretty much. So like, that's the person that I speak to in my videos. That's the kind of message that I talk about. And that, it starts to bring in those kinds of people into my system, my ecosystem, my content world. And they start to view me as an authority figure. Why? Because they see themselves that I used to be like they are, but now I'm like this. All right. So like, let's say if you were 300 pounds, if you get in front of a crowd of 100 people, right? And all of those people are 300 pounds, and right now you're 200 pounds ripped. Versus if you get in front of a crowd of 100 people, and 50 of those people are skinny fat, 20 of those people are skinny, and then 30 of those people are 50 pounds overweight. Which one of those two crowds do you think you're gonna have the most influence over and the most authority over? The crowd of people that used to be like you, 300 pounds, because that's a person that you can actually help. So when you make videos, when you make content, whether that's YouTube, Instagram, you wanna be specific with your words, and you wanna specifically talk to that person that you have the most authority and influence over, because that is the person that's essentially gonna buy your shit, and is gonna actually pay you to actually help change their lives, right? So those are the 3 biggest mistakes that people make. And that's what keeps people broke as online coaches, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I get on here and talk about my success, it's not bragging, right? Because I'm aware that life has ups and downs, but I've been blessed in a position to be able to make the amount of money I have because I've been able to just go all in on one thing, right? understand my ICA and build the right kind of audience. And then number two, what you talked about was tell my story, which is probably the most powerful and important part of all of this. Okay, so guys, if you found that helpful, please hit the like button. I just finished an event, a mastermind event, that I'm gonna start posting the videos in this channel, and they're exclusive videos, guys. And this is information that I've had to pay tens of thousands of dollars for. So when I do start uploading them, just let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys want to actually see that. It was a great time, man. These guys got a lot of value for what they came here for. So guys, let me know what you thought about that video, man. Huntrepreneur, Southpaw Huncho, checking out. Peace.